All right, so the Hudson Valley has the green light to enter phase 3 of reopening. The region includes Westchester, Rockland, Orange, and Putnam counties. Long Island will move into phase 3 tomorrow. The stage marks the reopening of personal care services like nail salons, spas, tanning salons. Restaurants can also offer indoor dining with limited capacity, and diners have been able to enjoy outdoor dining, but indoor dining has been something many restaurants in our area need to stay in business. They need it. In fact, Westchester County Executive George Latimer joins us right now from the Townhouse Diner in White Plains. Look at you rubbing it in our face here in New York City, but we're happy for you. How are things going over there?
Well, thank you. We hope this comes. We hope this comes soon to you as well. A cup of coffee in a diner in the morning is heaven, Rosanna.
I know.
But we're happy to open up phase 3.
I was about to say, you know, it's funny how these little things mean so much to us now. A few months ago, you know, it was just part of our everyday routine. We didn't think much of it, but now to be able to go and sit inside and have a cup of coffee, it is a luxury.
It's terrific, and you know, 2 weeks ago I got my hair cut for the first time in 10 weeks, and there are a lot of women that I know who are going to be able to go inside a nail salon today for the first time since COVID shut it down. So with the things that we have that are opening up, indoor dining, waxing, tanning, tattoo parlors. I'm not in for a tattoo, but there are people that are, and all of that's going to open up now into phase 3.
And I heard you also went to church. You got to go to church?
It was a nice feeling. I'm Roman Catholic, and there was distancing, but we got to go to church, and that's a nice thing. It's a good thing.
And what about sports? What's happening with some sports in your area?
Well, the recreational facilities that we have under county control are the ones that we've been able to open. So golf courses have been open for a while. We've had our 2 county beaches that we have access to, Playland, Croton, Point Park, have been opened. We're opening pools this weekend. 2 of our 4 county pools are going to open this weekend. The kind of activity that would occur at a field is still 2 weeks away from us. July 6th is when the governor has set the date to open soccer fields, softball, baseball, events like that. So we're still kind of in the middle. We're not fully open, but we've got some things open, enough for a relief so that people can get some recreational relief and not spread the virus, because the numbers have been coming down in Westchester and the Hudson Valley as they are in New York.
Well, that's great, because just a few months ago you guys were the hot spot, and now you're back in business. Do you see any change in the financial situation in your area?
Well, it's gotten better, Rosanna, but we're not. When you're not back to normal, and you were saying it a second ago, you know, when you look at a restaurant and the bottom line of a restaurant, when they had just takeout food, that was just to keep the doors open. Now that you had outdoor dining up until yesterday, that helps a little bit. Now indoor dining at a reduced number. Now the restaurant can start to survive again if it's made it through this 3-month period. Some businesses, however, you know, it depends on, you know, how much you owe in debt, how much you owe in mortgage payments or whatever, that whether or not the business can survive or not. So we're hopeful that as we open, that these businesses will, you know, will rally. And certainly we're all, you know, cognizant that if the businesses of the community don't rally, then people won't be employed, the government won't function. All of us are reliant upon this economic activity.
Do you have any indication yet on how many businesses are going to stay shut forever?
You know, it's hard to say. Most of the information I have is anecdotal, and it's difficult. You know, one place in Katona that was a great place to get a cup of coffee and sit down, have some breakfast, isn't going to make it a nighttime place in Mamaroneck. But on the positive side, we put our local economic development team behind trying to help businesses apply for the federal money that was available, the various business loans, the PPP program, and so forth. That's helped a bit, and now we've gotten the authority to make some loans loans through our Westchester County Industrial Development Agency. Small loans, but maybe just enough to bridge. So we're trying to be as creative as we can. Obviously, a county like Westchester is not as big as New York City. We don't have the resources New York City does, but we're not tiny either. So we're trying to figure out how to help folks, Rosanna, so we can all just get back to normal, or what is closest to normal as we can get.
The new normal. So let me ask you, we're in phase 2 here in the city. Do you see people coming into New York City? Are they coming from Westchester? Do you see any kind of change in, public transportation, people using their cars to come to work here in the city?
Yeah, it's a little better. We've added, Metro North has added some trains from Westchester on the 3 lines that go into Grand Central, so there's a little more traffic. I'd say if you looked at the ridership on the commuter rail, it really cratered down to maybe 5% of the total. It's probably up, to 10%, maybe approaching 15%. There's still a reticence, and I'm not sure that suburbanites are as comfortable on the subways as they are on the commuter trains because of the different, dynamics. But I think as New York City opens, as Manhattan opens, about 200,000 people in Westchester County commute into the city under normal circumstances. Most of that is Manhattan and the Bronx. We get a little bit of Queens, a little bit of Brooklyn, but mostly Manhattan and the Bronx. So as Manhattan and the Bronx opens up, Westchester benefits as well. So we're anxious that the city hit its numbers and that the city start to open up. And then I think you will see a much higher number. There's going to be some people who aren't going to be comfortable going into any kind of a congested environment. They're not crazy about coming into White Plains, much less going into Manhattan. So you will see some changes that will be permanent. It'll be a percentage of the total.
Well, George Latimer, we wish you the very best. Congratulations. You made it to phase 3. We appreciate you being on Good Day New York this morning.
Phase 3. Get your tattoo. Come to Westchester County.
All right. Good Day's coming right back.